All right. Just waiting to see if anybody else will join. I'm giving 5 minutes. Thank you for joining me, my ever faithful. Thank you for joining. Just giving 5 to 6 minutes for other persons to join. Just let me know if you can hear me or if my background is too noisy. Let me know, please. Hearing? Okay, thank you. All right, person just messaging me that they're coming. Alrighty, so I'm gonna be starting because, as you know, I don't want the kids to come up and disturb the life. Alright, so today I'll be talking about, it's C-section awareness month, Caesarean section awareness month, the month of April. So I'll be talking about some myths and some facts that you might have heard about Caesarean section. Mind you, what I'm going to say, they might relate, some might relate to my personal experience and others might be general, because I was just talking to a friend just now and I was saying, you never know how your body will react to anything at all. So, it varies for everyone. When I talk to me, don't make me feel like me I talk to myself. This is my first live and I'm excited. Yes. Alright. And nobody here, so let me see who they here. Sorry if I touch a screen. I can't see who they here. I'm gonna talk up. Fix your camera, looks blurry. Everybody getting that same thing? Let me just wipe it off, so excuse me. Is it still looking blurry? Is it still looking blurry? And maybe too much light from outside. Is it still looking blurry? Oh, I'm just gonna go on my next phone. Excuse me while I go on my next phone so I can monitor properly the chats. It's not blurry for me. Okay. Presents Miss Nathan. Thank you for joining. Alright, so as I was saying, we're here to bust some myths and some facts about C-section, right? It's Caesarean section month, and as many of you know, I am a Caesarean section mom. I've had 3 Caesarean section. And since I mentioned the first thing, may I look at myself? Why may I move like that? since I mentioned the first thing of me having 3 C-sections, all right, one question someone might ask, or many persons ask, so you gonna have more or not that one? So you can't have no more. Like, I just shared something on Facebook and I really think that persons really need to, including myself. um I don't think I'm so blatant though to ask those weird questions, you know. One myth that person or misconception that person might have is that you can only have 3 C-sections. What do you think? Do you think that's a myth or do you think it's fact? Type in the chat, let me know. Type in the chat and let me know. All right, definitely that's a myth. Thank you. That's a myth, right? You don't necessarily have to have 3 cesarean section. I thought that was a fact. No, it's not a fact, right? So why they recommend 3 cesarean section is it's a major surgery. It's a major surgery, and the more you cut in, listen, let me take on my doctor skills now. The more you cut into the, I remember the term that they use, but the more you cut into the skin, right, the more uh the more, use layman terms, the more damage it's gonna be. So therefore it's recommended that the most you have is between 3 and 4. And also because of health reason, because they said the adhesion in the skin not going to, not, it might not be so easy for the skin to come back together, you know, having repeated C-sections. So it's a myth that you can only have 3 cesarean sections. You can have up to 4. Listen, I was on, was it TikTok or Instagram yesterday, and I saw a woman commented that she had, I mean, I believe her, she said she have 10 C-sections, or she's going on to her 10th C-section and she's scared, you know. So that woman was a C-section, you know, advocate. She's going on to her 10th, right? And we might watch Tammy Chin and Wayne. Yes, whoa. I was like, whoa. I mean, I think my body would have managed all of that trauma. But yeah, so it's a myth. All right, so someone said that they heard that C-section, you know, it's the worst pain ever. So having a C-section, and I'm going to do another video. Hi. I'm going to do another video sharing my personal experiences about, and maybe comparing all 3 pregnancies and C-sections. But somebody commented that it's the worst pain ever. So the surgery itself, and anyone here having if you had one, you can, you know, leave your comment so I can share it, I can voice it. So having the surgery itself is not painful because you get the epidural, so that will numb your bottom half. So the only pain that I felt was the tugging of, all right, so Miss Nathan said it wasn't bad for her, the tugging of the baby out of your stomach, right? That's the only pain, or not even pain, it was just discomfort, right? So the C-section, the surgery itself is not painful. Let's move to another part. So the recovery part, right? For my first, and I don't want to get too much into my personal thing because I still want to do a video on that. But the recovery, we'll get to that because there are questions, there are statements about that. All right. So another one is I did speak on the C-section, the procedure itself. So let me speak on something else that someone mentioned. They mentioned the spinal headache. Miss Nathan, you know about spinal headache? Anybody else? How much persons on? Anybody else know about spinal headache? So someone on my Instagram mentioned that they heard about the spinal headache, and that no. All right, so someone on my Instagram said that they heard about the spinal headache, and once you get the spinal tap, that it will be the worst pain ever, right? So she said that is a myth for her. So again, you never know how your body is gonna react. You never know, right? For me, when I got, not even at the time, but maybe into the second year or like that, when I, and this happened for RJ, I think it happened for all three. When I was getting up, I feel a headache lick me in my forehead. Lick me in my forehead. It was horrible. And you feel it in your forehead, and it goes straight back, and it go down in your spine. Yeah? And when I tried to get up, I could not get up. I could not sit up. But once I lay down flat, no headache. That's kind of weird. You know about spinal headache, Chantal? Comment on the video now. You hear? Alright, yes man, once you lay back down flat, it's like nothing. So that is definitely, you see, it's just knowing how your body's gonna react. Not even knowing, because you don't know, right? So for her it was a myth, but for me it's a fact, right? But I can say that maybe average persons have, this girl don't know how to use YouTube. Oh gosh. Chantal, just like how you would comment on a normal thing, just like how you comment on a normal video, it should be there that you comment, right? Somebody can help Shanice. Me I call Shanice's name. Look for the live chat, Chantal. It's the third icon. Look for the live chat, and there you comment. All right. But if you don't have a channel, you cannot comment. Yeah. So spinal headache, wicked. Yes. Click live chat. All right. So another person said that what they know about C-section is that it take a long time to heal. All right. So this varies. This can be a myth for some, and this can be a fact for some. Right. For me, a long time is might be relative also. What you call a long time might not be a long time for me, but I'm gonna put that as a fact, because even when you think that you know, outside might feel all right, you know, things might still be happening that you don't, or things might develop on the way, right? So you take a while to heal, right? They say 6 weeks your incision supposed to close up, and you're supposed to can go back to doing some normal routines and stuff like that. But I know persons still experience different pain and discomfort for a longer while. All right. If you have heard any myth or any fact that you want to share, please feel free to go ahead and share it in the chat, and I will voice it. All right. So somebody said also that you can't sneeze or cough, right? But this is definitely a myth, because you have to sneeze and you have to cough, right? But what you're supposed to do, I was trying to reach a pillow. What you are supposed to do is try to get a pillow and brace yourself, brace the incision, and you know, you're not gonna do no big old laughing and big old coughing like you used to, but you just brace yourself, and do what you have to do, right? So you can sneeze and you can cough and you can laugh, right? Another person said they know that after surgery you feel cold. I've never, I've never, I've never heard of that one before. So I can't decipher whether that is a myth or a fact. But for me personally, I didn't feel cold or anything like that. All right. Another one, myth or fact, walk, bending, and not upright. What do you think? After the surgery, do you think you need to be walking, you need to bend, or you need to walk upright? What do you think? Comment and let me know so I can bust that myth. What do you think? Do you need to walk bending or upright? All right, I'm give you another second to comment. If I don't see any comment, I'll have to just go ahead. I was walking upright, was under painkillers and you know. Wow, you forgot you had a surgery, girl. Myth, you might naturally bend forward because it's uncomfortable. Baby's awake. I'm trying to go back to see Shanice's comment. Miss Nathan. Alright, go to nurse. Be a nurse step on me live, you know. You forgot you had a surgery? Like what? Alright, so definitely that's a myth, right? You need to walk. You need to walk upright as much as possible. Miss Chantal, I wish I was like you and could have walked upright. But I was down like this walking and holding my tummy, right? But definitely that's a myth. You should not, you know, you must not bend, you must try, you must aim to walk upright. As nurseries said, you might naturally bend forward because it's uncomfortable to be upright, but you should aim to be upright. And boy, I it's my thing is, you know, it's a major surgery, and why are you expected to be up and about within hours of having the surgery? Because other persons that maybe do appendix, remove appendix, or do other surgery, them have to give them bed rest. So like, why me not forget bed rest? You understand what I'm saying? Why I start following a lot of moms and advocates on my Instagram, you know, and like really, like why isn't a C-section treated like other surgery? Why aren't you given the time to heal properly? Like you're expected to look after a whole human hours after having a major surgery. That is something that needs working on, you know? It's true. All right. So next one is eating soft food. What do you think? Myth or fact? Should you be eating soft food, or you can go ask for a burger after you just done have your cesarean? What you think? Eat a burger or eat two banana? What do you think? What you say, burger? All right. So you should to eat soft food. Myth, get all the burger you foolishness, get all the burger you want. No man. You must eat the soft food. I think remember say it's your stomach, your belly. You must you just had a surgery, right? So yeah, but you need remember the digestion process. Remember you just maybe them move to organ and so them a move nothing, but you just had a major surgery. So what is normally typically recommended is that you eat soft food before going on to the harder food. Maybe just like for the rest of the evening, and then the next day you're free to eat something harder, right? But in hospital typically what I must say, typically the menu that they create for you is typically soft food. I don't eat it. Yeah. Okay, so I saw another one. Somebody said that you cannot poop for days or weeks after having a C-section. What do you think? Is that a myth or is that a fact? And if you had your personal experience, let me know. Couldn't you poop for days or weeks? Right? So what you think? Myth? All right. Persons actually, well, the weak spots, something definitely not right. The weak spot, something definitely not right if you cannot poop for weeks, right? Because the medication that they put you onto, the medication, yeah, definitely. If you can't poop for weeks, definitely need to go back to the hospital, right? So the medication that they put you onto definitely cause constipation, right? But if you can't poop for weeks, something must be wrong, right? So I'd say yes. So that's why I must make people know your business. You see her laugh? Yes, your poop your poop can be delayed for days, and I can tell you about constipation, right? That's why you must make people know your business. Constipation because of the medication where they put it onto. So definitely that is a fact. You cannot poop for days. For weeks, I not even know if I say a fact or myth, but you need to go back to the hospital, right? Because something must wrong. Yeah. But don't they give you laxative as well, since they know it's gonna constipate? I don't know what laxative is, Nurse Butner, but they don't. They don't. I don't think they give anything. In the hospital, I remember maybe with one of the Caesarean RJ, maybe they gave like stool softener. I don't even recall that, but I know that after I went back, no, I don't recall that. But I know after I went back, they gave me something to make make it soft or something that was mineral oil. Yeah, me on live, but don't see live chat option. Chantal, do you have a YouTube account? Because if you don't have a YouTube account, then you're not going to see the live chat. But I'm going to send you a screenshot now and show you what you should see. Alright, so no, I don't recall them giving me anything to say this will help your poop to get soft or help your poop for come. I don't recall that. But I know the constipation is real. It's real. Alright, so the worst one. The worst Now you tell me. I want y'all opinion because some of y'all haven't had a child or haven't had a C-section. They say C-section, cesarean section is not proper birth. That is one, because you know, you don't go through and feel all the pain of childbirth. So you did not have natural, you did not do it properly. You get away. AKA, you took the easy route out. What say you? Is that a myth or is that a fact? Birth is birth. Myth. Right? Definitely. Birth is birth. I love that one. Birth is birth. The baby is here, don't it? Whether you do it naturally, vaginally, and me do it bellily. I'm sorry. Whether you do it vaginally or I do it by cesarean section, birth is birth. My child is here. My child is healthy. You know, that is what that is one of the most painful things you can really hear as a mother, as a C-section mom. That's one of the most painful things you can hear. Please don't repeat that. Belly birth. See? That's one of the most painful thing you can hear is you took the easy way out. That's painful. Because, you know, you go through so much. Like, I can't share. Maybe I can say it. Like, some persons went through so much. If I was just talking to one of my friends, I'm not going to call any names because they did not give me permission for telling business. I was talking to one of my friends. I was asking her how was her experience, and she was saying the first time, you know, it was traumatic for her. I don't know why Chantal cannot comment. Chantal, she's commenting right here. Like, Chantal, send me a screenshot of your thing. Let me see what you're seeing so I can see why you're not getting, right? She said, I'm bright. Look how much pain I suffer. Right? That's what like me hear that quite a few times. Maybe not quite a few times, but maybe more than once. Yeah. Yeah, that's painful for hear say you take the easy way out. Like, C-section ain't easy. It ain't easy. Right? From being expected to take care of a child as you done a major surgery, like, not easy. And then you're expected to come home and, you know, things like, oh, don't lift up nothing heavier than the baby. I mean, everybody have them different things to deal with. Everybody home situation is not the same, but I got 2 toddlers. Like, if they want mommy, I'm gonna leave them up. Like, when I just came home, I tried not to. So like, when I just came home, if they want lift up, I would try to sit down and get them on me. But give me a second, please. You have the baby? Huh? Maybe you want some tea. Sorry guys, life of a mother. Yes, so it definitely ain't easy, guys. So guys, be gentle with your words. Right? I just shared something on Facebook. A lady went to buy a soursop, and the lady asked the vendor, how me make the juice? And the vendor said, you can use milk or you can use sugar. And the person said to the vendor, but me not eat milk or me not use sugar. And the vendor said, are you fat, so? So the person was like, support me did suicidal. And then she don't kill herself right there. So you understand? We have to be gentle with our words. We have to know how to speak to persons. I don't know why you're not seeing it. I'm gonna send it to Shadice so Shadice can help you figure it out. Alright? Yeah. So be nice, guys. Be nice. Be nice. Once you have a C-section, you can't go to have a vaginal. What do you think? Is that a myth or is that a fact? Once you've had a C-section, you cannot go and have a vaginal birth. What do you think? Is that a myth or a fact? Waiting on your responses. Is that a myth or a fact? Having a C-section. Always wondered about this one. Alright. Chantal said you can, but it's risky. Shanice said myth. So once you have a... Alright. Alright. Miss Chantal. Sorry guys, this is my colleague and you're a nurseries then. It's my colleague and once me know you as Miss, whatever your last name is, that's what me gonna call you right through. Like me have friends from work and if me and them go out, them will call me by my first name and me still I call them Miss whatever. I don't know. But yes, definitely definitely you can have a C-section after you've had a... You can have a vaginal birth after you've had a C-section. It's called VBAC, vaginal birth after cesarean. Yes, nurseries then. Friend Olivi. Yes, you can definitely have a... So it all depends on why in the first place you had a cesarean. It depends on your pregnancy, whether you have any problems during your pregnancy, and it also depends on, I guess, the position. I don't know if the size, I guess the size also, and the position of the baby, right, that you can go to have. It can be a choice. It can be a choice. If you want to go back to having a cesarean, you can. Everything is a choice. If you want to go and have a VBAC, you can. I tried for a VBAC. I was trying for a VBAC for my second child, but you know, once you had 2 cesarean, there's no option of having a VBAC, right? So after you had 2 cesarean, the VBAC option is out. But the first one, you can definitely try for a VBAC, right? So I did try for my VBAC, but my pitney them stubborn, so them in a movement them well comfortable, right? So those are the myths and the facts that I have. So if you have any, or if you have any other question, as I say, I'm going to do a video. I don't think I'm going to do a live. I think I'm going to do a video on my experiences having C-sections. So there I'll also talk about more personal, my personal experience. And then also too, somebody said this will be my niche. Like, yeah, I love pregnancy, and I love pregnancy awareness, and you know, I love allowing yourself to have grace, and I like to try to be there with persons or try to comfort them in any way that I can when they're going through their stuff. So yeah, so I'll definitely do my video on my experiences, and maybe I can get to interview or something like that with other persons and their experiences, maybe cesarean versus vaginal birth, and can look at that some more. So yeah, if you have any questions, just drop them. Yes, Yan, interesting. And thank you guys once more for joining me. Thank you for commenting. Thank you for joining and all of that. I hope I cleared up some of the myths that you might have been hearing, and you have been made aware of some facts that take place when you have a cesarean, right? So what might happen to me might not happen to you, because as I was saying before, that someone was sharing with me earlier, how it was traumatic for her, frightening. She was in a lot of pain. She was admitted in the hospital for maybe a month, traumatized. I remember I have another friend that I don't think I've ever shared this with her, but when I saw her, she looked like she went through a shock, like a literal shock, like when you plug in something and or you watch cartoon and Tom and Jerry and him shock up. Yeah, she looked like she went through a shock, and she did indeed go through shock while preparing for her C-section. So it's very it's traumatic, and it is different for everyone. So I don't want persons to look at my experience and say, oh, or look at somebody else's experience and say, oh, everybody experience is different, right? Does the injection in your back hurt? The epidural, right? When I was getting it, everybody know I'm afraid of needle, I'm afraid of injection. But to be honest, it doesn't really hurt. Like, you feel the initial stick, but let me just feel it a while ago. You feel the initial stick, but you don't feel anything after that, right? So what I do is them give me a pillow for all long. So you sit at the edge of the bed and you brace the pillow, or you kind of lean forward, yes, and brace the pillow. But me no want a pillow for brace. Somebody better come hug me up. So I called for one of the doctors. I think it's always the doctors. Sometimes the nurses behave like they're so scared. Like, especially in my first pregnancy was one of my friend from primary school. So of course she come hug me up. The next one, COVID peaks. Everybody afraid. Nurse say, oh, sister, COVID. I said, so want to make me take COVID test and all of that for. So of course the nice doctor came and she embraced me, or allowed me to embrace her. And I'll tell you something, I forgot to talk about this now, because you see that second one, I'm gonna talk about it. For this one now, the next doctor came and she allowed me to embrace her. So yeah, so it wasn't bad for really Anik. It was manageable. You just feel the first stick. So it's the same injection that is given for pain with vaginal birth. I think so, because both of them, and Yannick can say, I think so, because it's did you get it in your back, Yannick? Is the same back you get it? I think so, because what it's supposed to do, it's supposed to numb part of your body. So yeah, I think it's the same. I think so too, but not 100. Yeah, you got it in your back, right? Yes, in the spine. So it's definitely the same. It is the epidural. So you get it in your spine, and it's supposed to numb the lower half of your body. Yeah. So any other questions to ask? Any other question? Any other myth you hear? And again, guys, thank you for joining. Thank you for joining. Yes. Yes, my alarm. You hear him? Here's my alarm. This boy eats like a farmer's horse. Yeah. So those are some of the myths and some of the facts that you would have heard about Caesarean section. But at the end of the day, guys, everybody's body relates to things differently. It might be a myth for you, it might be a fact for me, right? Just like the person said it's a myth about the spinal headache. Um, the spinal headache, right? It's a myth for her, but it's definitely a fact for me. Is it true that it gives you back pain long term, like for years and years after? It is true. I'm not gonna downplay anything because me not reach nowhere yet, but I might have had back pain before pregnancy, but I still, when I was just talking about the epidural and I leaned forward, I could feel like a pain, like exactly where them stick me, like me I feel it. But I'm not gonna downplay anything and let it look like, oh, it's a walk in the park. It really isn't. And yes, I've heard of persons saying that they have prolonged back pain. So Yannick says no after effect. For me, I was walking right after, but each person is different. Each person is definitely different, right? So I still feel back pain, no, right? And Mr. Me, I forgot to share Carissa's story differently, but to just give a hint of it, when I was having Carissa and getting my epidural, I got maybe 4 stick in my back because the lady say every time she stick, it's she getting blood, so she had to remove it and put it back, right? Thank you for Shanice for that one. So she had to remove it and put it back. So because of that, I think that's why I might still be having back pain, because with the epidural it damages some of your nerves, so it can definitely cause that. Yannick, which scar you talk about is C-section. The C-section scar I think she's talking about. So is it true that the scar itches? For me, my scar does not itch, right? I've I've seen persons talking about it the other day, and I was like raising my eye like, really? And she was saying like she had baby like 3 years and it still itches, but mine mine does not itch. Definitely, I don't have that problem, thank God. That's why I say, everybody body relate different to everything. I don't have any itch, right? Of course, some persons also said that they still have numbness after years. They still have numbness, above the incision. Yours itch. Okay, so Susie says hers itch. Mine don't itch, right? So different strokes for different folks, right? So yeah, also some persons say them have numbness above them incision. I can attest to that. I have numbness above my incision. See Chantal texting say all know hers itch. Really? You see? Does it depend on your skin type? Well, Dr. Samuels will not be able to tell you that. Dr. Samuels cannot tell you that part. But I don't know. But other persons have the experience of itching. Yeah, what else did you experience that you're not hearing? Chantal, you can text, or Susie, you can write. I know Yan had vaginal delivery. Yeah, so it's just different for everybody, and just have to be kind with our words. And also, I don't think I can leave because let me do some others that I heard. Like, persons say that after cesarean you don't get opportunity to breastfeed, or you don't get skin to skin. Oh my, the image just flashed in front of my eyes when the baby just came out and they just put him over the thing, whatever that is, the shield, and show him like blood almost splashing on my face. Me have to dodge. Yeah, but they didn't do that. Like, I think they need to have a standard with things that they do. Like, that I don't think they have a standard of things that they do. I know it might be different in Jamaica than overseas, but like I didn't get that experience with Carissa and Richard, right? I saw them when they were all mucousy, but they didn't. They would want to carry them to wash them off, then they carry back to you. Like, why can't we get skin to skin right in that moment? I still didn't get skin to skin this time, but then I was so out of it. I don't even know the time. I don't know nothing. Sometimes I ask them if they're not finished and which layer skin them they know. It just seemed long. Anyway, I'm not talking about my experiences today. I'm talking about myths and fact. So person said that you cannot breastfeed directly after having cesarean, or the milk the milk don't come down same time after having cesarean, but definitely that's a myth. Your milk come right down. Remember with Kirsten, with RJ, I could have ball because the breasts were so swollen. Yeah, I don't know why. Like that thing, I don't even remember what it called. It's supposed to stay on the baby little, you know, cause it have some nutrients or whatever in it. Like Jamaica, them wash off the baby same time. Yeah. And Yannick is saying in US they give skin to skin right after. That's needed, yo. But the milk will come down whether you have cesarean or vaginal. It will come down right after birth, right? And I look at it and I'm like, yo, God, you're goody. Like, you're so awesome. Like, how did this happen? Like, this morning I was there and no milk in my breast and just bam, breast them swell up, and then my arm, the breast reach, do it swell. Yeah, so yeah. Alright, so that's a myth. Your milk will come down whether you have cesarean, whether you have vaginal, right? Yup. Anybody know? Anyway, I'm not going to touch on that. Let me see. Shanice asking one, is it true that you cannot bathe after C-section? You must bathe, man. I feel like I'm my business. Shanice come here attack, you know. I feel like I'm my business. Shanice, they your attack. That's why you know to entertain people. But on a reels though, after cesarean, you know, you get the bandage on your tummy, so you cannot bathe, you cannot have a shower, but you must bathe, Shanice. You must bathe. You can tidy, so you must not get the incision, the cut not forget wet, right? The cut not forget wet. You must not get the incision area wet. Do the recommended tidy. you must tidy, right? But I must add though that there is a new, it's not even new, it's just that Jamaica kind of backward. There is a, me just ask question, it's alright, ask the question. There is a thing called Tegaderm. It's kind of plastic. So I remember with RJ, it was difficult because I had to tidy up your fear do. But with Carissa now I get the Tegaderm, hear about it and I say, wow, nice. So when that go on you can actually have a bath, but still, you know, don't be excessive and whatever. But the Tegaderm is a plastic that you put over this incision instead of the tape them and the cotton where they put over it. So that's allowed. You hear me truck in my pass? Oh, so that allows you to bathe. So that was a good one for me, because that was one of the the stressors. It really stressing if you can't can't shower for 3 weeks. Yeah. So that's true. Can't bathe if you don't get the tegaderm. And then Jamaica is also still. So this time I went seeking the tegaderm, and it was like they needed a 10-inch because the scar is about 10 inches, but they only had 8 inches, right? So yeah. Any other question, any other myth, any other fact that you want me to bust? And again, guys, I'm gonna be doing my live, sharing my experiences. I don't know if I should put it in one. I might just put it in one. Yeah. So if there's no more question, there's no more myth or fact, I again thank you guys for joining me. I know it's Sunday. I know I want to eat a little Sunday dinner. I'm out I like for eat like ice cream. Does vaginal bleeding exist with a C-section? Thank you for that one, Dr. Risden. Thank you. I forgot to mention that. So someone had said that they had heavy bleeding after, after having a C-section. But yes, vaginal bleeding exists after having a cesarean section, right? For me personally, maybe one day, the first day, it might be heavy, but after that it gets less, right? It's not really heavy for me, but yeah, vaginal bleeding does exist with a cesarean section. And guys, your menstrual cycle doesn't take, for me, doesn't take forever to come back. Mine came back in like a week after. How long after do you get to go ahead for sexual activities? Okay, so it is recommended that you wait at least 6 weeks before, getting involved in sexual activities. It's recommended that you wait at least 6 weeks. And even after the 6 weeks, you must be careful and ride carefully. Ride with caution. Wear your helmet and all of those things. Because you don't want you don't want anything to happen to you. Okay? Yeah. And then again, guys, it's also kind of personal, and it also is for you to know your body, right? And know what feels right to you and what don't feel right. Somebody might go ahead and have sex before 6 weeks and they're perfectly fine. For me, I might go ahead and lift up my children or lift up a bucket with water or something, and I'm perfectly fine because I know what I can manage and what I can do, right? So it's for you to know your body. I remember after me have RJ, and my church team was having netball finals, and the girl them a go like them a joke with the finals, like them not come out in a them numbers to the finals. Them not want it. Me they have to go up on the court. What me they have to do? Them bit short, and them they want one more for make 5 so we can start the match. I went on the court, but they never want to give me the ball. So it go. But me say me know my body. Like me now go stress out my body and run up and down and run fast. And it was past 6 weeks. So me now go run up and down and go on like how we used to go on. But me just stay here for a place all about, and still can't give me ball and pass ball and me move, but nothing excessive. So it is for you to know your body, know what you can do, know how to manage yourself. Yeah. Just like how when I'm pregnant, me go up on the netball court and me play netball when I'm pregnant. You remember that up at Kencut? Yes. Me play netball when I'm pregnant and we mark up anybody. Chantal, tell them what we do. Chantal, should I in the comments? Right? Me mark up anybody but them afraid for mark me. Me not afraid of you. Me know my body and me know to protect myself. Me not gonna make you bounce me certain way. Me not gonna do certain things to get, you know, for go fall or hurt myself or whatever. So you just have to know. You just have to know yourself at the end of the day. And you just have to be kind at the end of the day. And you just have to give yourself, what's my favorite word, Yannick? What's my word for 2022? You just have to give yourself, hold up, afraid Balikyo, I'm afraid, man. You just have to give yourself grace. Give yourself grace, guys. Does having a C-section mean you can't get postpartum depression? Yes, give yourself grace, guys. Postpartum depression is not limited to any type of birth. Anyone that had a child can get postpartum depression, right? It's not limited to any type of birth, right? Yeah, it's real. It's real. It's something that I think also is not addressed properly and is not addressed properly at hospitals, especially upon discharge and stuff like that. No matter how somebody look, you know, I think you need to ask some questions before you send home somebody with a child. Make sure that, you know, them head screw on or them alright, even though they might tell you a lie. I think like there needs to be some counseling. I don't know, like maybe I think about the excuse me, the ideal situation. Like there needs to be a little talk, you know, before you allow somebody to leave, because we know of so many things that happen to children after children or parents have left the hospital. Like, yeah, man, we need some stronger support system for moms with young children, even old children, and pregnant moms. Like, yeah. Yes, I really want to go do doula. I really want to do that. I like it. So it's someone that looks basically take you through your pregnancy, and I guess after, cause guys, it's not 3 trimesters, you know, it's 4. Thank you, Yannick. You do good at that. It's 4. We're going through our 4th trimester now, you know, and depression has no face. You can see me, I'm smile, I'm go like alright, but truth be told, sometimes I go through it, but I have people in my corner, and I also think that I don't think I'm strong, but I also think sometimes I think I'm strong, sometimes I don't think I'm strong, but sometimes I think I am strong enough to pull myself out when I want to come out, or not let it consume me. And you know, it's not me strong, because I'm not strong. That's the truth. I'm not strong, but because I have God on my side, it will not consume me. That is it. Yeah, that is it. Yes. You're gonna distract me. You finish. Yeah, I was just saying that, you know, depression don't have a face. Never face. And most persons go through it, and most persons will not accept it or will not talk about it. But yeah, it's something that really needs more support though. But yes, if you have no more myth or fact, I will not stay here ranting. I don't have no more myth or fact to share. Say hello. All right, so if you have no more questions, that is it from me. Yes, guys, that's it from me. So thank you once more for joining. We'll really touch on some very important questions, very important myths, very important facts. So thank you once more for joining. Say bye. All right, guys, thank you for joining. Thank you for thank you for commenting. Make sure you invite someone to subscribe to my channel so that I can boost my channel some more. And of course, I'm celebrating 3,000 views. Woo! Yes, so continue to share, continue to like, continue to comment, continue to watch the entire video. Even if you're cooking one Sunday, just leave the video to run and listen in. All right, thank you once more for joining. Now let me see how I end this video. Bye. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Hi Tracy, Kadian, John, wanna finish, man? I'm ending now, but you can be sure to go back and watch the video and comment. Feel free to leave a comment and feel free to share. Yes, we've been here for a while, so we'll chat.